He is one of the names in the pot.
He just beat Kid Chocolate.
A lot of people wanted to see me and Kid Chocolate fight. Am I lying? A lot of people wanted to see me and Kid Chocolate fight and what he do to him. So the same thing that if we do fight that you guys are saying about him, a lot of y'all said that about me when I fought Jose and what happened. So I'm not into overlooking people. He is a great fighter. He throws punches and bunches. He comes to fight. But who knows, because that fight's not even set in stone. He's just one of the names in the hat. I stick to what I do best, which is fighting. I have a great team. They've done a flawless job with my career thus far. And like I said, as soon as we're able to give you guys the word, we will.
What did you think of when he beat Kid Chocolate? Were you expecting that, or did it surprise you?
I wasn't completely blown away, but a little bit surprised. I think just like all of us, not completely just shocked and blown away, but slightly surprised. So he's a dog.
Caleb, in this particular fight right here, Ortiz and Wilder, what are you looking for? What are you looking for to happen?
I don't think it's going 12 rounds, so I think we can all agree on that. I think somebody's getting knocked out. We all know what Deontay is capable of. You got Luis Ortiz. He's working with my strength and conditioning coach, Larry Wade, who also works with Sean Porter. He always comes in shape. Badu Jack. He's looking trim, he's looking lean, he's looking mean. So it's going to be fireworks. And like they said, like Deontay keeps saying, I wouldn't blink because somebody's getting knocked out. So,
have you seen any of the work that Ortiz has done with Wade? I don't know if you've been around for any of it.
If it's anything like what he got me doing, then it's tough. So,
he said it had him throwing up at some points.
Well, he ain't made me throw up yet, so I don't know about that. But
it's a little bit different.
But he's a bigger dude, though, So and he's a little bit older than me as well. So, but I'm sure they're working hard. He's got a great camp around him. Great manager, Luis Kubis, who's my manager as well. So it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be fireworks for sure. So myself would be David Benavidez first. It'd be David Benavidez first. And I will unify. And then after that, I don't really care. So I want to unify. Well, I guess I want to be the first undisputed super middleweight champion in the world. There's never been an undisputed super middleweight, and I plan on being the first. So if Canelo wants to, I feel like it'd be easier for Canelo to make fights with the likes of like Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. He could become a unified super middleweight champion, and I could fight David, become a unified world champion, and then we could fight for all the marbles. So in a perfect world, I guess that's how I would see it going.
What are your takeaways from the Jarrell fight with David Benavidez?
Not too much that I didn't already know. Not too much that I didn't already know. An older Darrell who, even in his prime, didn't have defense like mine. Couldn't box as good as me. I don't think his IQ is as good as mine. Agree to disagree if you like. And, in the past 2 of his 3 fights has had horrible cuts over his eyes, so that was kind of bound to happen as well. But he was having some success with some simple stuff. And, of course I'm supposed to say this, but I think you put me in there, I think it's a different story. And everything I've said thus far, I've shown and I've proved. So you should believe what I'm saying. Let me get him right quick.
So, when you saw the fight with Canelo, what impressed you? What you think that you could do to Canelo?
Canelo? With the Kovalev fight? I haven't watched it all the way through yet. I have not. I will be honest with you guys.
Well, I'll tell you,
I think with the a statement came out. Did Kovalev come out with a statement?
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that real?
He did a video. Yeah.
Okay, so he
said he did it for the money, basically.
Okay, well.
He said he wasn't ready after the short turnaround.
Back-to-back camps.
Well, he's in there with someone who's not willing to do whatever it takes to get his hand raised. And I'm a guy who's willing to do whatever it takes to get his hand raised. There's no depth that I'm not willing to go to get my hand raised. So.
Do you think that size and matters with the Benavidez and the fight with Darrell? Benavidez looked like he was big and strong.
I mean, he gets up to like 230 pounds in between fights, so he's probably always going to be the bigger guy if he's fighting at 168. But
who gets the 230?
David.
He gets that heavy?
That's what quite a bit. Like, people telling me 220. Yeah. But I'm not with him when he steps on the scale. So
no,
you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to sit here but he gets big. So.
What do you think that Darrell did wrong?
I think that both Darrell sometimes tend to get unfocused during fights. I think if they start to get touched and hit, they start looking around or acting like it didn't do much, and then in the meantime, while they're doing that, they get hit again. I'm not taking nothing away from them because both those guys are great fighters. They've accomplished a lot in the sport of boxing, but I think they're getting a little bit older. I think both of them are past the prime. So I think that what happened in that fight was bound to happen.
This is your last fight. Did you get married? Weren't you getting married?
Yeah, married. Feeling like a whole grown man and everything. Got a dog and everything. So, but yeah, married. Everything's going smooth. But I was running on my honeymoon. I'm ready to go now. So I'm not far from fight weight. I'm ready to go whenever they want me to go. So
you took the wedding back home, didn't you?
Yep, back home in Nashville. So
what made the decision? It just felt right at home?
My grandparents, they can't really travel. I got some family back home, and a lot of her close family could, and so just wanted to take it back home, and that way both, all our families could be there together, and great time, beautiful time.
You beat Mike Lee down all during those press conferences. You said you were going to do it, and at the end of it, you didn't even give him a chance, man. How did you feel after that fight?
Just did out there what I told you guys I was going to do. So, I mean, I don't know.
You didn't know how you felt? It feels great, dude.
I mean, yeah, I just felt exactly how. It's no surprise, you know what I'm saying? I knew how I would feel because I knew I was going to get my hand raised. So I had been, with that feeling of me getting my hand raised, I had been there 100 times before I got my hand raised. I had already envisioned that. That was written in stone. So
I have to ask you, I haven't asked you about Caleb Smith. He said he's the best in the division. He won the World Boxing Super Series. Obviously, you disagree with that because you believe you're the best. What are your thoughts on Caleb Smith from what you've seen?
He seems to be, nothing that's spectacular or sticks out besides his frame. He's able to make adjustments. When he fought George Groves, the round before George Groves got stopped, he was kind of landing a right hook around Callum's high guard. The next round, Callum came out and caught the right hook and shot a left hook around it, and that's what ended it. So, he's a good fighter. That, if you're a world champion, you're a good fighter. But just how all of them believe they're the best, I believe I'm the best. So anybody who feels different, we'll just have to see, we're gonna have to see about it. So.
Speaking of Groves, you sparred Groves before you were even a champion. I remember talking to you about it, and you were ready back then.
Oh yeah, It was like the first day of camp. My coach had just come out from Tennessee to Vegas, and I forget what fight that was. That he was out here for, but his coach at the time, I'm not sure if they're still together, Shane McGuigan, I believe. They wanted to get some rounds at the Porter Gym, and we got some rounds in there.
Yeah, I heard about legendary stuff.
Yeah.
Joshua Ruiz, they're about to rematch in a few weeks.
Yeah.
What do you think? Who's going to win?
Ruiz.
You're picking Ruiz?
Yeah, that's my boy. My coach Justin Gamber used to work with Ruiz.
Okay.
So I've known about Andy for a long time. The world may just now be catching on. Some of the people who aren't as knowledgeable about boxing just catching on now. But I've known Andy to be a bad boy, so I got him win the second fight.
What does he possess?
Explosiveness, power, great boxing ability, great boxing IQ, good defense. Yeah, he's a real deal.
You got it. Thank you, Caleb.
Yes, sir.
That's a dope hat, too.
All right, guys. I'm out.
Good to see you.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.